Hello and welcome to Main Street America's Small Business Digital Trainer Series. Main Street America is helping small business owners gain new skills through a team of digital marketing experts who provide free training to small business owners across the country. Welcome to today's workshop, Make Better Business Decisions with Analytics. Grow with Google helps people grow their skills, careers, and businesses by offering free digital skills training and tools. My name is Courtney Stringer, and I serve as one of the Main Street America digital coaches. Thank you for taking time to join us today. Today, we're going to discuss how you can make better strategic business decisions with insights from Google Analytics. One of the business advantages in today's era of big data is access to solid information about customer groups, not only who they are, but also how they respond to our website calls to action, web-based ads, social media campaigns, and more. So imagine having all this huge amount of data dropped into your inbox. Now the question is, what should you do with it? One way to make data manageable is by using tools like Google Analytics. Google Analytics lets you find the connections, patterns, and themes within the data so you have a genuine understanding of customer behavior. Which brings us to the point of this quote by Niall Fitzgerald, the former chairman of Unilever. Data makes your briefcase heavy, insights make you rich. His point, viewing giant reports filled with numbers and statistics isn't particularly helpful. Instead, you need to understand the insights to find the stories behind the numbers. Today, we're going to talk about how you can do that using Google Analytics and learn things that can help your business grow and thrive online. On its surface, data can seem encouraging or disappointing depending on your expectations. Did you see a sales bump last month? Great. Did visits to your website take a steep dive this quarter? Instant stress. But data can tell a bigger story, and a single number shouldn't be looked at in isolation. Maybe you had fewer overall site visitors, but what if the visitors you had bought more at a lower cost per conversion because you ran a strong, tightly focused marketing campaign? Data can show you things like where visitors come from, social media or organic search results, what web pages seem to interest them the most or the least. Understanding the patterns, the story behind the data puts you in a better position to create effective marketing campaigns. Today, we'll discuss the basics of using Google Analytics to better understand your site visitors. We'll start with an overview of the tool and how to set it up. Then we'll go over your account, including features, reports, and the Google Analytics search box. We'll show you how to link Google Analytics and Google Ads. Then we'll finish with a quick recap. Before we dive into the software, let's take a step back and talk about who would use this. In this workshop, we'll use hypothetical entrepreneur team, Eva and Ricky, as our example business owners. Eva and Ricky design, create, and sell clothing. They started out by selling their products at pop-up shops, farmer markets, and other local venues. Over time, they built a loyal customer base who loved their style and always came back for more. Based on their success, they decided to try to expand their business and sell their products to additional people in more places by creating an online store. Previously, Eva and Ricky have been making most of their big business decisions based on their own gut instincts or customer feedback. They realized that selling online gave them an opportunity to grow beyond their loyal but relatively small customer pool, and they wanted to be smart about their expansion. Throughout this workshop, we'll show how Eva and Ricky use Google Analytics to take that next step and grow their business. The reports in Google Analytics help answer business questions. As we go throughout today's workshop, think about the questions you have so you can learn how Google Analytics can help you find the answers and find the story behind the data. Side note, the screenshots in this presentation are taken from the publicly accessible Google Analytics demo account. This account uses the data from Google's online merchandise store. You can access it to see how Google Analytics works before setting up your own account. To find it, visit the Analytics Help Center at support.google.com/analytics and search for demo account, or do a Google search for Google Analytics demo account. Eva and Ricky felt confident making decisions as they built their business because they knew their customers really well. They interacted with the same group of people at regular local events. That's where they got some of their best design ideas. When Eva and Ricky first started selling online, they used this experience and their gut instincts to curate products for their online marketplace. But despite their best efforts, they didn't see the numbers of sales they had hoped for. What happened in the transition from in-person to online store? Why didn't the products that sold so well at their local venues do as well when promoted online to a broader audience? That's where tools like Google Analytics comes in handy. Sometimes making decisions based on gut instincts works, especially if you are in close, regular contact with your customers. But it's almost always better to base decisions and actions on data if you have it. Even a good gut decision may see improved results with data to guide the strategy. Here's an example of a gut decision. If a new item wasn't selling, even Ricky might assume the new design was a flop, cut the price, and take a loss. Or they could look at the data and notice that while overall sales were below average, the people who were buying the item were clustered in one particular city, or referrals were coming from a specific YouTube fashion influencer. That could lead them to focus their marketing efforts in a specific direction for that product to increase its sales. Eva and Ricky's first step toward greater success, setting SMART goals. A SMART goal is specific. Instead of make more sales calls, try make 10 sales calls this week. Instead of increase website visits, try increase website visits by 10% this quarter. Measurable. In order to see if you're accomplishing your goals, there has to be a way to track and measure progress. Google Analytics offers a range of reports that can help you do just that. Attainable. It's okay to dream big, but it's also good to be realistic. Make sure your goal is something that can be accomplished. Relevant. This is the why of the goal. This is the outcome valuable. How does this help the business? And last but not least, time bound. Give your goal a deadline. By setting SMART goals, Eva and Ricky outline a clear idea of what they want to happen and when, so they can avoid getting sidetracked. They live in a small community. In order to grow their business, they need to expand their customer base into other cities. After doing some market research, they decided to try building their customer base in 3 large metropolitan areas where they think their clothing line will sell well. But according to their analytics reports, their website doesn't get many visitors from those areas. That information helped them to develop a SMART goal: increase website visitors in the 3 metropolitan areas by 10% in the next quarter. Very specific. Then they developed marketing campaigns to help them accomplish this goal. Throughout the quarter, they regularly reviewed the analytics reports to learn more about their website visitors and use the information to fine-tune their marketing strategy. How did they do? We'll come back to them a little bit later in the presentation to see if their strategy worked. Before we get into the details of Google Analytics, take a moment to think about your own business goals. Increased sales is a common goal, but you may want to break that down into specific steps along the customer journey. You might need to generate leads. You might want to increase phone calls to the business, schedule more appointments, drive foot traffic to the store, increase downloads, and others. These are all things you can track in Google Analytics, and you can create SMART goals around those intermediate steps that lead to increased sales. Think about the steps in the customer journey. Consider how you frame your goals and the tools you need to monitor progress. If you already have a website, is there a way to track progress? Can you know whether or not a potential customer is taking these intermediate steps? For those of you who haven't created a website, think about the path someone might take before they buy your product or service. Be sure that your website makes it easy to complete these steps. Now, let's talk more about Google Analytics. This is a free of charge tool, and it's one of the most popular analytics options available. Google Analytics reports can help you understand visitor behavior on your site and what actions they take, see how customers find your site, track and record conversions on your site, which are key actions that users of your site take, such as completing a purchase, submitting a form, signing up for a newsletter, scheduling an appointment, and more. Once you begin using Google Analytics, you can start to get a clear picture of who is visiting your site and which groups of visitors are the most likely to help you achieve your goals. For example, you may discover that social networks bring lots of people to your website, but these visitors don't typically buy many products. Conversely, you may find that email marketing campaigns bring fewer visitors, but they are far more likely to convert to buy. Google Analytics won't give you information about individual people, but it can give you information about how groups of people with similar characteristics behave on your website. So how exactly can you use Google Analytics? Let's start with the role of your website. Ideally, it leads the visitor from one page of useful content to the next until they take a key action. Google Analytics reports can show you a visitor's progress through this site and where there are stumbling blocks. It gives you information about who is coming to your site, how they found it, and what they did once they got there. You can use Google Analytics to understand what content your audience is most interested in. Evaluating how visitors move through your site can help you see what content is appealing and what they pass over so you can make adjustments. Evaluate which channels drive the most conversions. Understanding where your visitors are coming from, channels like social media, email marketing, and search results will help you to make smarter advertising, content marketing, and design decisions. To start collecting basic data from your website or app, first create a Google Analytics account. Go to g.co/analytics. Click Get Started Today. You will create a property. A property is a website, mobile application, or device. Example, a kiosk or point of sale device. Each Google Analytics account can contain one or more properties. If you already have a Google Analytics, sign in by clicking Sign into Analytics. Now that you know how to set up and access your Google Analytics account, let's talk about how you can make the most of it. Once you have created or signed in, you will see a home page. It shows the dashboard featuring the metrics you look up frequently when you're in the account, as well as a trend line. The default dashboard answers common reporting questions, but you can customize it to show other metrics that apply to your business objectives. This tab would be useful for Eva and Ricky if they wanted to do a quick check-in on their website's performance. You can navigate to other reports within Google Analytics, see recently viewed reports, and scroll down to find insights related to how visitors are using your site. Before we move on, I'll point out one more feature. The search box at the top of the page. It uses technology called analytics intelligence, which makes it easier to find the answers you're looking for. We'll learn more about that in a bit. For now, let's explore the different kinds of reports. The information gathered by Google Analytics goes into a wide variety of customizable reports. These reports let you see valuable data about your visitors and their behavior across your websites and mobile apps. The report section is broken down into collections and topics. Each topic has an overview report that summarizes the information found in that set of reports. As an example, even Ricky might look under the life cycle collection to access the engagement topic. This topic would have included an overview report plus other detailed reports like conversions. There are a lot of collections, topics, and reports found in Google Analytics. I will show you some highlights in this workshop to get you started. Analytics reports can be customized in many ways. You can apply filters to narrow the information to just what you want. You can compare different sets of data for comparisons, such as visitors this month versus last month. And you can set a custom date range to see what happened during a particular time period. One quick note to keep in mind, the numbers shown in Google Analytics may not be exact. However, they are accurate enough to give you a solid understanding and monitor trends. Let's start with a special category of report called real-time. Real-time reports let you monitor activity on your app or website as it happens. Some of the information you might see includes the number of users during the last 30 minutes, where these users are coming from, return users or new users. You can even see them by audience based on reporting conditions you set. Users by page title and events and conversions, desirable actions they complete. With real-time reports, you can immediately and continuously monitor the effects that new campaigns and site changes have on your traffic. For example, Ricky and Eva might use real-time to gauge the impact of a live media event. If they hold a media event in a new market, they could use this report to see how its immediate impact on website traffic is. This could be helpful when they prepare for future events. They might learn that they need to increase stock beforehand or bring in an extra staff person to handle fulfillment of customer orders. Now let's talk about acquisition. These reports can help you see if your marketing efforts attract new users, if your re-engagement campaigns bring back people, and if you should continue or adjust your marketing strategies. User acquisition gives you an overview of how many visitors find your site. Are they first-time visitors or returning visitors? You may learn that most first-time visitors find your website via search, but most returning visitors get there by email marketing. This gives you the opportunity to spot trends that can help you reach more customers. In the slide shown here, we see how much each type of channel contributed. For example, 27,000 users came directly to the website, 3,800 came from referring websites, and 2,900 came from organic search. And the traffic acquisition report shows where users were online right before they arrived at your site. Ricky and Eva might use these reports to learn how people located in the new markets were getting to their site. Engagement. Reports present a picture of how people navigate through your site or mobile app and how they interact with it. For example, you can see when users scroll down a page slowly, which indicates reading, view product details, or spend time on a product page, or watch an informational video. Engaged sessions are a collection of events that track when a user is actively engaged with the website. It's up to you how you track it. How might Eva and Ricky use these reports? Let's say they wanted to try some content marketing, creating videos with ideas for styling different pieces of clothing. They might use these reports to learn how many people watch these videos and for how long. If they discovered that their videos were popular, they might decide to create more. Or if they found out that people weren't interested in that content, they might switch gears and try something different. If you have an e-commerce website or an app, you will probably use the monetization reports. These reports tell you more than just if people are buying your stuff. In addition to showing revenue generated from product sales, ads, and subscriptions, monetization reports let you see the number of views for each item you sell, the number of ad impressions in your app, and more. This is useful because seeing the ratio between views and purchases for products can help you to adjust content to increase sales. You can identify areas of your site that might benefit from higher quality photos, bundling products, or reworked marketing. Once Eva and Ricky launch their e-commerce website, this topic and the reports within would be invaluable to their business. Retention. Retention reports helps you understand how frequently and for how long users are engaged with your website or mobile app after their first visit. For business owners like Ricky and Eva, this information helps them learn about the value of their customers. If their big media event resulted in 100 sales to new customers, how many returned to the site later? How many people bought more items? And if none of the customers returned, it might signal an opportunity for them to refocus on re-engagement. Last but not least, tech reports. Understanding what technology your audience uses lets you fine-tune your website and app and plan for the future. Ideally, your site is fully functional in all current browsers and it works well on mobile devices, but maybe it's a work in progress. These reports can help you prioritize so you can focus your resources on the places that make the most sense. And even in Ricky's case, they might have started by creating a website optimized for mobile users. A smart move based on this example report, since 88% of the visits came from mobile devices. But based on this information, they might decide to explore the development of a mobile app. Earlier in the presentation, I mentioned the Google Analytics search box to help you find the answers you're looking for. The search box is located at the top of the page above the reports. It's powered by analytics intelligence technology that uses machine learning to surface trends and insights that might be important to your business. Let's take a look. In a nutshell, the Google Analytics search box allows you to type in your questions in everyday language. The tool connects you with possible answers, including reports, help center articles, and administrative settings. It's especially helpful for business owners who may not have a lot of data analytics experience. The search box is one of the features that make up analytics intelligence, which also powers the insights feature and advanced options like conversion modeling. Using the search box is straightforward. Just type in a word, phrase, or question and get instant answers, reports, and insights. Or if you wanted to give a colleague access to your Google Analytics account, you could type in Add New User and it would show you a link to Account Access Management, the admin that allows you to add new users. Do you remember when we reviewed the Analytics homepage earlier in this presentation? I mentioned you would see an Insights section when you scroll down that page. The information surfaced in this section is powered by Analytics Intelligence as well. Automated insights surface when machine learning detects unusual changes or emerging trends in your data. Insights can help you spot events and opportunities that impact your business. You can also create custom insights, up to 50 per property. These show up in your account and can be emailed as alerts as well. Every time you interact with an insight, Analytics Intelligence learns more about what information matters to you and ranks the new insights accordingly. Advanced Google Analytics users should check out a tool called Explorations, accessed from the left navigation below the Reports section. Standard analytics reports give you lots of information, but they operate with a standard set of data. With Explorations, you have access to all of your data. You can pick out exactly what you want to see to get more in-depth insights into user behavior on your site. The reporting tools and Explorations can help guide your business plan, so it's worthwhile to open this tab and take some time to experiment. Let's wrap up by going back to Eva and Ricky. Remember that they set a SMART goal to increase website traffic by 10% in 3 cities within 3 months. By using Google Analytics reports, we highlighted today that they were able to track and measure their progress. Great news! Their Google Analytics report showed that online traffic in all 3 cities increased by more than 20%. So they surpassed their goal. Success, right? But this leads to the next question. Did increased traffic lead to more sales? They could look for that answer in Google Analytics as well. The reports might reveal that they made sales in 2 of the 3 markets, which is great, but that they struggled in the 3rd market. Armed with this insight, they could take action like pausing the campaign in the underperforming market or trying a different marketing approach. Let's cover one last reason to set up Google Analytics. It connects and communicates with other tools such as Google Ads. This allows the other tools to benefit from Google Analytics data as you choose to share it. For example, if Eva and Ricky use Google Ads to promote their products, they can connect it to Google Analytics and learn what happened after a website visitor clicked their ad. These reports would help them to understand paid ad visitor behavior to see what's working and how it can be improved. Linking Google Ads and Google Analytics shows if clicks on ads translates to conversions. For instance, they might want to know who clicks on an ad and puts products in their shopping cart, only to abandon it later. With that information, they could run a separate promotion just for this audience to encourage them to come back to the site and complete the purchase. To link Google Ads to Analytics, you must have both a Google Ads account and a Google Analytics account. Once your accounts are set up, head over to the Google Analytics admin section. From there, click the product you want to connect under the property column. The process may vary slightly, but you'll be prompted to link your Google Ads account to your Google Analytics account. Note, it can take up to 24 hours for the data to appear. Pro tip, registering all your Google products under the same Google account, which means using the same email address, will make it easier in linking your accounts. So we covered a lot of information today. Let's talk about what you should do next. Where do you go from here? If you don't have a Google Analytics account yet, set one up now. Google Analytics can gather information from the past, so even if you don't think you're quite ready to dive into the reports, setting up the account now means you'll have historical data when you're ready. If you have an existing analytics account that was set up using the older version of the software, you should see the new version of the reports in your account. Double check your settings to make sure it's set up the way you want. Your older reports are no longer collecting data. When you're ready to dive in, use the reports to understand your site and app visitors and learn what they're interested in. Based on what you learn, set goals and try some new things. Experiment with new content, social media marketing, or online advertising. Google Analytics can measure your progress and show if your campaigns are helping you reach your goals. If they aren't working, try something different. One final thought, you will never be finished with your website development or marketing campaigns. Get into the habit of using Google Analytics to regularly check how your website and app are performing. With this knowledge, you can make better business decisions that help you grow and thrive online. Should you have any questions or need personalized help for your business, you can use the QR code or website on this slide to schedule a one-on-one session with one of our digital trainers. Thank you so much for attending, and please check out our other training videos. Have a great day.